Good morning. Sorry, I'm trying to get my setup back in order. Okay. Yeah, good morning. I don't know. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I am not really in the mood to draw, but I also couldn't find something else to do, so we're here. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I don't even know what I'm gonna do at this point. Right now, I'm just going to continue working on these sketches, or these full bodies. I'd meant to come up with a better plan for stream yesterday, but I was extremely busy. Yes, this is one of my OCs. I have many OCs. Too many. Also, hi AC, welcome. Oops. But yeah, I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I finally got Steam to work, and I opened it and I realized I don't have anything I want to play. Like, my options for one-offy stuff are very slim. I could do Stardew Valley. I could play Spore. I have Five Nights at Freddy's. Another issue is that there's some games that I do think would be fun stream games. But I currently cannot afford them, so that would have to be a later date kind of thing. And sometimes my brain just gets frustrated when that happens. But it's whatever. Hopefully, when Steam does their big, summer sale, the games I'm looking at will be part of it. Give me a second. Sorry, give me a sec. I'm sorry. Do I have a story about my OCs? Yes. Also, oh my god, this sucks. Give me a sec. I'm gonna turn up my voice, or my mic and the music, because I really need my own place. Sorry, I'm just frustrated now. Because I am not in the mood to do this. I hate that the TV is so loud that if I was quiet, you could hear every single word that's being said. So now, instead of the semi-quiet stream I was planning, we're doing this. We're talking over the TV. Anyway, yes, this girl has a story. I talked about it last stream. I guess I'll talk about, the general overarching story. just to talk about anything. So the story is semi-temporarily, maybe not temporarily because I can't think of anything else that fits, called Apprentices Alone. It's a Warrior Cats inspired thing. But I don't follow all of the Warrior Cats lore and rules. I kind of just do my own thing. The driving plot is that suddenly one day all of the cats older than every cat 12 moons old and older, so like a year old and older, are gone. And they just disappear, leaving all of the younger cats. This doesn't look right. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Anyway. I'm getting frustrated. I'll be right back. Okay. Hi. Welcome, Twigbone. Excuse me for being a little frustrated. I get very little quiet time in this house, and anyway, what was I talking about? The story. All of the adult cats disappear randomly, leaving just the apprentices and kits. And they have to figure out, they have to learn to survive, and some of them want to figure out, where everyone went, what happened, and they have very little contact with StarClan, because the only cat let me explain. In this universe or story, whatever, you have to be, no cat can frequently, actively contact StarClan without any kind of training. You need to be specifically trained to converse with the spirits, because it takes a lot of effort, as well as just being physically and mentally taxing on cats. And White Raven the Prairie Clan healer, is the only one at all trained to do that, but keep in mind she's only been training for about 3 months. She is not at all ready to be a lone healer. And on top of that, she is dealing with the fact that she has to run her entire clan, because they kind of defaulted to her because she's technically the highest ranking cat. And she's also, part of her issue is that she is very, I have to do this by myself. If anyone helps me, I will freak out. And feel like I'm failing at something. So, not only is she very, very young, she is also putting a lot of stress onto her and trying to run. Mind you, Prairie Clan is the most populated after the disappearances. Prairie Clan has the most cats of any of the clans. I believe they're at 21 or 22. Let me count really quick. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21. The other clans have 16 to 18 cats each. So, even worse for White Raven. Honestly. But she's not the only cat that takes over leading her clan. Each of the 5 clans, Quarry Clan, Prairie Clan, Mire Clan, Foliage Clan, and Reservoir Clan, each elect a leader. And each clan does something different they all have secondary helpers, a deputy-esque thing. But each clan kind of chose that role differently. In Quarry Clan, it was elected. Mostly because, just like with Prairie Clan, Quarry Clan had 2 cats who had already earned their warrior names, but technically earned them early. Husktooth didn't really earn his early. He was like 2 days off from hitting his first birthday, so technically he just earned it a couple days early. And I don't think warrior cats don't really keep track of their ages past warriorhood. So, or past, once they become warriors, they don't really keep track anyway. And I usually don't have them keep track. The only time I've had my characters keep track is in one of my stories. They're all born on, all three main characters are born on the day of a full moon. So they kind of, it would be hard for them not to know when their birthday is. Anyway, so Quarry Clan elected both of their guys. Reservoir Clan elected Turtle Bay as, or Turtle Paw. He chooses the name Turtle Bay as their leader. Oh, thank you, Lollymation. Mostly because he is the old leader's son. Meyer Clan also does this. Well, I'll get to Meyer Clan. But yeah, so Turtle Paw is elected for being the leader's son, and he chooses, he quote-unquote chooses his, again, quote-unquote, friend, Sharkpaw, to lead beside him. That was very much at Sharkpaw being like, hey, you should make me your deputy. I could help you out. And alongside that, Turtle decided that he and the cats he liked would earn their warrior names, so he names himself Turtle Bay, he names his deputy Sharkbite, and a few other cats get their names. They're not important right now. For Prairie Clan, as I said before, White Raven kinda does it solo. Her friends Stable Paw and Chili Paw act as kind of unofficial deputies. Prairie Clan's situation is a lot more behind the scenes than the other clans. They have a lot more going on, but their leader is not really aware of it. Because White Raven's friends, Stable Paw and Chili Paw, are trying to help her directly. And sometimes they overstep and cause White Raven a little more stress than she wants. Oh, hi, Demisio, welcome. But there's also, I'm trying to figure out how to explain what they are compactly. Because they are essentially, a group of apprentices who, they gather intel. They're always they're patrolling and they're listening for threats and gossip and just important information from everywhere. Their own clanmates, stuff from across the border, listening to tales from rogues and passerby cats, and they're kind of taking care of things behind the scenes without White Raven's knowledge. So yeah, I don't know how I explain those guys. Ooh, that's fun. I'm glad to see Fawnshine and Deertwig being used. I don't draw my characters enough. I just talk about them and think about them. But yeah, I don't know what to call that group of cats, but that group of cats exists. And their whole thing is that they take care of things to keep the stress off of White Raven. And the only reason they would come to her, oh my god, whoa. Why is my PC is so warm next to me. That's probably not good. I will deal with that later. It's because it's so hot in here. Where was I? Anyway, yeah. They keep things at bay. The only reason they would go to White Raven if it's like something actually serious that White Raven needs to know. Foliage Clan just elected a leader. Fieldpaw, he's the only one that doesn't take his full name right away. I'm American and don't know the exact conversion for 30 Celsius, but I know that's warm. So, good luck out there. They didn't teach us well enough. Anyway. No, not that. What was I talking about? Foliage Clan. So they elected... Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh, my throat. They elected Fieldpaw, and he doesn't have official deputies. It's more his friends, Monarch Paw and Blackberry Paw, acting as semi-deputies. I'm gonna color this one first because I have to make up this side. Give me a second to look at what I'm doing. But, so yeah, those cats kind of run the clan together. I'm trying to figure out what colors I'm using. So I'm trying to look at my other reference that I have over here. So yeah, that's Foliage Clan situation. And then we get to Meyer Clan. They didn't really get a chance to elect their cat. Webwisp and her sisters kind of just did that. They just kind of showed up. I should have saved. I've drawn this girl before, but I didn't save the unshaded version of that, so I don't remember what colors I used. Because this nose piece is a different color. Anyway, it's whatever. And her whole neck is so yeah, Webwisp kind of just volunteers on her own, or Webpaw volunteers on her own. Her parent, or her mother, was the leader, and so she decides, well, I will keep up what my mother was doing. And so she becomes the temporary, unofficial leader of Meyer Clan. Oh wait, I think there's white on her muzzle. Too late. I'm just trying to figure out colors. Anyway. So Webpaw becomes their temporary leader, and she is the cat who kind of runs her clan the most similarly to how it would have been run before the disappearances. The only real difference is that both of her sisters act as her deputies. Do I want the belly to be white? Also, thank you, Lollymation. I am bad at explaining things, so I don't know how much help I would be teaching art, but I find that I learn better watching it actually be done, so I guess continue to watch me struggle forever while I try to figure out what colors I want to use. Yeah, whatever. Where was I? But yeah, that's how the clans have decided to run themselves. And as you may have noticed with what names I called everyone, maybe, I honestly don't always remember what I just said. But, so, as they were elected, temporary leaders, Turtle Paw, give me a second, Turtle Paw and Web Paw decided to give themselves their warrior names, for two very different reasons. Turtle Paw did it because he was essentially like, well, who's there to stop me? I'm leading the clan, no, so I get to do whatever I want. Web Paw's reasoning was, well, an apprentice can't be leader, so you kind of have to have your full name. And the only reason she wouldn't start calling herself Webstar is because she would justify it with, I haven't earned it yet. I'm not allowed to call myself Webstar. You're only allowed to do that if StarClan gives you your 9 lives, and I have not contacted StarClan. She's a very by-the-books character, if you can't tell. And I imagine Turtle Bay did try to call himself Turtle Star, but Web Wisp was annoying enough about it that none of the clan leaders, or none of the temporary leaders, did that. What else? So I did talk about how I just mentioned StarClan. And I was talking about it a little bit, and then I got onto what I just said. But, so as I said, the only cat who technically has the training to contact StarClan is White Raven. But between the stress and something else just going on in the background, StarClan wise, she can't. It's just like not working. None of the methods she was taught are working. So StarClan takes it upon themselves to choose some new cats to talk through, kind of, so that the clans can keep receiving prophecies even without the healers around. I should probably change it to not being healers. Whatever. I don't care. Healer just ends up being what I use, because I don't use Medicine Cat in my stories because of the weird connotations. Anyway. So, they choose one cat from each clan. You know what? I have come up with a new thing. Or, no. whatever. I just had a thought. I have to think about it. I am using Medibang Paint Pro to draw. Anyway. So, where was I? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I drew her little markings on her head last time. That works. Does it? Whatever. So, they pick 5 cats, to give, new prophecies to, except something goes horribly wrong. Their original idea was that these 5 cats would get clan-specific stuff. And it would come to them as they need it. But something messed up, and they all got snippets of like everything they need to know. And it did not end up being super specific. That program looks kind of complicated. It's not really. It's a normal art program. It's simple enough to use. And it had the features that I wanted, and it was free, so I'm not gonna complain. Anyway. So, those 5 cats, their names are, we have, sorry, give me a sec. We have Selkie Kit of, Quarry Clan. We have Oak Kit, this girl, of, Prairie Clan. I just feel like her tail isn't looking right. I think I need to add markings or something. But we have Oak Kit of Prairie Clan. We have Half Paw of Reservoir Clan. Moon Paw of Foliage Clan. And Swan Paw of Mire Clan. There, that looks a little better. Just gonna add some little flecks around to make my brain happy. I don't like this fleck. Anyway. I don't use Flip-A-Clip, 1, because I'm on a computer, And 2, because I very specifically need crisp lines, which Flip a Clip, as far as I know, does not provide. I can't do anti-aliasing. If my lines aren't crisp, I will flip. Because there's something wrong with me mentally, apparently. The neurodivergence says no. Also, I've never heard of Infinite Painter. I don't know what that is. But yeah. And each of the cats get different versions. It's not different versions of the prophecies. They just experience things differently. Oh, that color's way too close. I don't remember how I did her eyes last time, so this will work, I guess. This is why we do flat versions of characters not designed by us before we do the shaded stuff. Anyway. Where was I? So yeah, these cats are called visionaries. They each get their information sent to them a little differently. Or they get different information, kinda. Did I? So, for example, Selkie Kit gets her information in her dreams, and she also has the tendency to get injured from those dreams. I think I haven't decided if I'm changing that or not. But then there's so yeah, she gets info from her dreams, instead of just like seeing random flashes like some of the others. Usually it's a mix between dreams and random flashes. Moonpaw is cursed, essentially. Not literally, but he sees a lot of battle fight type visions, which can be scary, especially because he is seeing his loved ones in some of the visions. Oh, thank you. I am Thank you. I've been doing this for a while. I'm nowhere near being a pro at art, but I'm at least confident in my style at this point. So yeah, he sees fighting, Swanpaw mostly sees people, or cats, technically. But she is also experiencing visions of the cats who disappeared, or she thinks they're visions. She'll hear voices that she can't really place. And she'll see cats she's never met before. Line, please. There we go. Just stuff like that. Hi, your mind is blown. Yes, it is. Okay. Just finishing up finishing up some art of her that I started yesterday. I'm just talking about the lore, because that's what I do on this channel most of the time. Where was I? Wow. I completely lost my train of thought. Damn. Okay. Those should look the same, but I honestly don't care right now. What am I thinking about? Oh my gosh. I've lost my train of thought completely. If I could draw a Therian, I'm not. Give me a second. I know what a Therian is, kind of. I mean, it would all depend on what you mean by Therian. because I know what a Therian is, but I don't know how I would draw like because I'm pretty sure a Therian is like a person who kind of identifies as an animal to some degree. Oh, I can't draw people. I mostly, if not exclusively, draw four-legged feral animals. I do not know how to draw people. Maybe I don't draw masks very often. No, you're fine. Hello, welcome, Issa. Yes, I am participating in Art Fight. If you want to find me on literally any website, my name is usually Odyssey Art 120. I don't feel like going by other names. So, I am Odyssey Art 120 on Art Fight, and I will be participating. This will be going up on Art Fight once I'm finished with it, as a reference for Oak Kit. But I mostly only have characters that I put up last year on there. I am procrastinating hard. That's fine. Have a good day, Rocky Atlas. Yeah, I said in March, oh, I should prepare for Art Fight, and then I didn't. And I said the beginning of June, or not March, May. Then I said at the beginning of June, I'm gonna prepare for Art Fight all of this month. It's halfway through June, and I have not started. I'm very bad with procrastination. Yeah. I'm trying to decide if I like how this is turning out. Because that would be super visible. I'm trying to decide if I should put more onto this side. Ooh. I've been seeing, I unfortunately still scroll through Twitter, but I've been seeing the different options for what the teams are gonna be Fossils and crystals would be cool. I don't know which one I'd choose. There was another one I liked. It was, I think, gloom in something. I don't remember. But there were a lot of good options. I'm excited to see what is ultimately chosen. It is interesting that I don't know when teams come out. I wonder if they say it on this site. Oh, the 22nd. Okay. Awesome. That's not very far away at all. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just thinking about you know what, give me a moment, or wait till after stream. I'll give you those points I see, just to help out. Yeah, I've my biggest issue is that well, one, I don't even know who I want to add onto Art Fight, because it's not as easy as, oh, just add some of your new characters, because last year I only had Lurking Shadows characters on there. Also, yeah, I see. I'm not going to use those points. I need to stop adopting characters. Thank you, Hollowed Bear. But yeah, last year I only had Lurking Shadows characters, so none of my Echoes characters are on there. Plus I've created like 5 or 6 stories after that. And also, I have, I'm so embarrassed. I swear I'm not a character hoarder. I have 1,000 characters on Toy House, and I can't add them all. There's just no way. I would physically cease to exist if I tried. I feel like she needs something on her tail. So yeah, my plan is I'm going to try to do my own art of I'm focusing mainly on apprentices alone, because that's just what is in my brain right now. And I'll be adding a few other characters from other stories I've kind of stopped developing. Whatever, I don't care anymore. I've been trying to figure out what to put on this tail, and I give up. but I'm gonna try to draw as many cats as I mentally can handle, and any that I don't, I'm going to just put whatever art I do have of them up on there, which will end up being not my art, but it's whatever. My main thing is I wanna figure out I want my characters. Hi, dog. What are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? Sorry, my dog. But I'm trying to figure out how to do descriptions for my characters, because I have a hard time like summarizing my characters, and I also want to put like I want to list with each character like the universe they're from and like what other characters are from that story, for if people want to draw my characters together but don't want to draw like, oh, an Apprentice is a lone character with an Echoes character or something. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to go about that, because my original plan was just to do related characters, or put everything under related characters, but that is a little confusing, so I don't know. I also have to hid a bunch of the characters I had on there, because I'm not sure if I want to keep them on there. How do I feel about I don't know. I may have to come back off stream and redo this side. I'm just not sure. Also, hello CSX, welcome. But yeah. And I will continue to procrastinate Art Fight probably until literally July 1st. Because my motivation comes and goes so frequently that I, at this point, cannot consistently be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and expect myself to continue doing that. Give me a second. Sorry, my brother came downstairs and I was messing with him. Yes, I can. Yeah, it sounds like Cobalt's very, very big. So yeah, I can imagine how big he'd be in comparison to a lot of the other cats. Ooh, speaking of that, cat comparisons. Maybe this shows just how obsessed I am with my own characters. I saw a video the other day of a Maine Coon next to, like, a regular, like, domestic short hair. And this isn't gonna make sense for anyone who doesn't already know my characters, but I saw them next to each other, and my brain was just like, it's Mossy and Angel. For context, for the people who don't know, I have two characters named Mossy Glow and Angel Wish. Mossy Glow is just a regular, like, a regular sized domestic cat. And Angel is half Maine Coon, so she's really big. And I don't know. Every time I see a Maine Coon, especially a pure white one, my brain just, like, is like, it's her. I would also like to mention that the cats in the video I saw were both orange. Angel is pure white, and Mossy is a dilute tortie. I love them. They're my girls. I love my characters so much. Anyway, I'm finished with this. Cool. I don't know how to translate. Do I have... Let me show off some art to the audience. Let me just find it. Because I don't have a real, like, concrete way to dictate or to figure out or keep heights kind of consistent. But oh, here it is. My babies. See ya, Icy. Have a good day. I finished with this, so guess what? I'm now kidnapping you guys and telling you about these guys. When I first got into the Warrior Cats fandom, way back in the year 2020, I technically didn't start with these guys. I made a whole clan origin before that, but I can talk about those guys another time. But anyway, I made these guys, and I love them. We have our big girl, Angel Wish. She is from Eclipse Clan. And then we have Mossy Glow. She is from Sun Clan. And then we have Nettlepool. He is from Moon Clan. And they are it's essentially a Power of 3 style thing. 3 prophecy cats. They were all born under a full moon in, what did I decide? Early leaf fall. And they each have powers. They are called the Gifted. They are able to see spirit cats, or they're able to see StarClan and like dead cats in the living world. And in addition to that, they each get, every gifted cat gets like a power. Mossy's power is that I guess it's technically heightened empathy. She can feel, that's not technically heightened empathy. Essentially, she can transmit her emotions and make others around her feel those emotions. And she can also like feed off of other people's emotions. If someone's super angry, she can kind of feel that and will also start getting angry, which is terrible because it's a whole feedback loop kind of thing. And her, like, part of her story is that when she's young, she kind of learns to really close off her emotions and stay placid and happy and just calm and content, which really backfires when bad things happen and she is no longer emotionally stable, because she just learned to suppress her emotions instead of control her powers. Nettlepool can see when cats are sick or injured. He sees essentially he sees like an aura around them. And depending on the color and intensity, it tells him like what category of illness it is and like how bad it is. And the clans find it helpful because he catches stuff really quick. But it is not always fun being responsible for others' well-being. And then we have my girl, Angel. Her power is being able to make those, the dead cats that the Gifted can see, she can make them visible to non-gifted living cats. She also secondarily can make ghosts invisible to gifted cats. Because she has a friend. She has a ghost friend. I guess I'll bring out the height chart. We have Shadowish. She is a long dead dark forest cat who escaped the dark forest and wandered around for a couple decades or so until she was found by Angel, and they are friends. I love Shadow Wish. She was originally just like a random villain that I made back in the like clan origins part of the story. Because she was a Moon Clan cat under the the third and fourth leaders of Moon Clan. And she was best friends with, or she was former best friends with Black Star, who she's the fourth leader of Moon Clan. And Shadow Wish was evil. She killed people. That's part of why she was sent to the Dark Forest. But then I got attached. As one does. At one point she was essentially like Maple Shade, but I have long since changed how I think about and play around with her. Yeah. This is a very dear story to me. It's my oldest warrior cat story, and I could literally talk about all the lore for hours and not have stuff and not run out of things to talk about. Maybe I do a stream where I just do what I'm doing now and like circle cats and talk about them, but that would be for another day. Anyway, I have gone way over time. Yeah, I can see how that could be a problem. I mean, I feel like he would know how to accommodate for his size at some point, but whatever. Anyway, I have run way over time. So thank you guys for watching. I will be back again tomorrow, same time, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.